Hi. Hello, hello. Hope you're well, hope you're well. Hope you're swell. Hope you're wavy, wavy, wavy. Hope you're gravy, 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 gravy. Hope you're gravy, gravy, gravy. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing good. Hope you're doing great. I make music. I'm doing a song a day challenge over those to drop a song a day until the end of the year. I drop 7 songs every Friday 7 songs. Usually that means that I dropped a song. I dropped 7 songs today. But I was an idiot and the pack did come out, so technically you can listen to it if you go on my Spotify and stuff. Like a new pack dropped today. But one of the songs doesn't have my vocals because I didn't export the vocals with the whole song because I made a rookie mistake and I didn't listen to the track when I exported it to make sure everything was in order. If I'd listened, I would have heard, oh wait, there's no vocals in this. In fact, there's no drums, there's no anything. There's just this one synth playing on a loop. Rookie mistake. It's because I soloed the synth in the channel mixer. Anyway, this technical details. I did re-upload it because you have to delete the whole thing and then re-upload it. You can't just change the audio file, which I wish you could do, but you can't do that. So it's gonna take some time to reappear on stores again. Well, it's still on the stores, like the version with that one song that doesn't have my vocals. The other 6 songs have my vocals, so I guess if you want to listen to the other 6 songs, you can. I will put a link in the description, I guess. I just wish that it wasn't this way, but it's my fault. Anyway, link in the description. I appreciate anyone who listens to my music. I appreciate anyone who listens to my music. Thank you. Give the video a like as well, you know. Give me a like, please. Helicopter. That's a plane, that's not a helicopter. Give me a like, please. Oh, then you go to my YouTube Shorts tab if you want to get little clips of my music. Go to my YouTube Shorts tab if you want to get clips. Listen to little clips. Get a little taste of what I'm cooking. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about pornography because it's something I've been thinking about, and it gets discussed sometimes in church and stuff. But it's a prevalent issue for men. When I was at high school, almost everyone, but pretty much everyone I knew watched porn. It was just normal. We used to talk about our favorite porn stars and stuff like that. There were just porn stars that everyone talked about back in the day. That was a crazy time. The OnlyFans wasn't a thing at all. They were just porn stars. Now it's like everyone's a porn star now. It's crazy. Anyway, I digress. And wait, I don't want to jump around. Let me start from the beginning, right? So how I got introduced to pornography, I remember I was like a little kid, and kids snoop around their parents' stuff, and my dad, in his wardrobe, I found like a little pack of DVDs, these naked women on them, and the feeling I had inside of myself, I was like, what is going on right now? Just the release of chemicals, man. So when I actually watched the videos, I knew everything had changed. I knew life was different now. Like, this was my new obsession. I was like, this is crazy. What? I didn't really know about masturbation and stuff like that. I just knew that I liked what I was watching. It was arousing me, and I'll just watch it. I'll just sit and just watch. I didn't know about masturbation, so I didn't know what to do with myself and these strong feelings I was having. And then eventually my brother told me, because he had just, I don't know how long he had been in, yeah, I don't, let's not get too into the weeds, but he told me about masturbation, and then I watched the video, and no, I didn't watch the video. I just went to the bathroom and did it. And that first moment, like, you know what it was? It felt weird. The first, listen, this conversation is going to be graphic, so apologies in advance. But the first ejaculation, you just like, it was very strange. It was a very strange sensation. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not because it was very potent. And I was just like, this is something else. But time passes and you're like, you know what? I want to try that again. You enjoy it more the second time and then the third time and then yeah. And then you realize you can do it while watching the pornography. Because what I'll do is I'll watch the pornography and then go and masturbate. I realized you can do both things simultaneously. I don't know how long it took me to figure that out. But yeah, I figured it out eventually. And then, yeah, years and years of doing that. You get to high school. I went to a boys' school, so just guys. So we talk openly about these things, man. Almost everyone I knew was into it. It was very normal. Make jokes, share memes. It was so normal. So you never felt like you're doing anything wrong. It didn't help that, the sex ed people would come and talk to you about sex ed and say like, it's okay if you watch pornography and masturbate now and then, da 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 da. So it's like the culture just set us up for failure. It set us up for addiction and stuff like that because they don't tell you that this stuff is highly, highly addictive. It messes with your brain chemistry and all these releases, all this strong release of chemicals. You can't just shrug that off, like that's a serious thing. They don't tell you about how pornography ruins marriages and relationships and stuff like that, and it can really take over people's lives. They don't tell you about any of that. But it's crazy. They teach you in school that it's normal to watch and that, hey man, as long as you have it under control, it's fine. But it's like you can't give someone crack and then say as long as you take it in moderation, you'll be fine. Crack is addictive, idiot. I think a lot of kids get introduced to porn through like either their fathers or siblings or friends, or sometimes you just scroll into the internet and you come across some stuff and it piques your interest, or you just hear people talking about it online or whatever, and then you just, that was way too loud. I can't do anything about that. Sorry. You just hear people talking about it online and you just get curious. So it is what it is. So yeah, like for years, I've kind of been like, it's just been a part of my life. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, I've been at a point where I'm kind of like, I need to stop. But you don't know how. Because when the urge comes, it comes, man. Well, it's an unfortunate way to say it. But yeah, when the urge hits you, it hits you. So you're like, I really didn't. You can go for some days, you can, whatever the time period is, you can spend some time off, but then to just quit completely is very, 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 very difficult. But what I've kind of, hold on, I want to tell a few stories before I get into all that. I want to tell a few stories just to really drive home how normal it was. I remember like in high school, in my particular school, I went to a boys' school. One of the things they used to do for the people who lived in the boarding house, so the boarding house is the place where the kids who live in the school stay. So you got boarding schools. Our school was like a boarding school and it accommodated students. Not everyone stayed at the school, but that was an option for some students who wanted to. They could stay in the school, live in the school, and then go home during the weekends. I think they go home during the weekends, right? I think so. So, yeah. So what they'll do is, if someone from the boarding house got caught masturbating, you'd have to wear a white glove, and you'd wear it the whole day, and everyone in the school would know that you were caught masturbating because you're wearing the white glove. You're a wanker. Call them a wanker. And one day, the entire boarding house in my grade, so my grade's boarding house, the grade, I think it was grade, I was in grade 8 or grade 9, one of those two grades, all of them got caught with all of them were wearing white gloves. And we were like, what the hell? Why is everyone wearing white gloves? The entire grade? So not my entire grade, but that group in our grade that stays in the boarding house. So maybe like less than 30 people, I think. I'm actually not sure how many, might have been more than 30. I'm not sure how many people were staying in the boarding house at that time, but it was a lot. It was dozens, let's put it that way. They were all wearing white gloves. And we were like, what happened? Apparently there was a sting operation. And one of the teachers bust into the, well, that's not unfortunate. He ran into the room, into the boarding house, and he found a very gruesome sight. There were also people with phones and sharing phones and jacking off, and everyone was just doing it. Like, not doing it, like everyone was watching porn and masturbating. Very gross. Apparently one of, I'm not going to name him, but one of I was about to name him. I was about to say his name, but one guy, apparently when the teacher opened the door, he was behind the door and he got hit by the door. He was masturbating by the door or something. I don't know. It was crazy, but it was something out of a terrible movie, out of some freaky movie. But yeah, they got busted and they were all wearing white gloves. So that was crazy. And there was a story that was talked about for quite some time. There was this, there's actually a game that gets played with there are a lot of very suspicious things happen in boarding schools and boys' schools in general. A lot of very sus things. I never took part in any of this. God is my witness. I never took part in any of this nonsense. But you hear stories, and it wasn't just my school that used to play this game. There were a lot of people that used to play this game. But basically, the game is called Soggy Biscuit. I don't know if you've heard of Soggy Biscuit, but basically, you put a biscuit on the floor, or maybe you put it on a table. It makes more sense you put it on like some elevated surface. But anyway, and you stand around it on a circle, and everyone jerks off, and the last person to come on the biscuit has to eat the biscuit. That was a game a lot of people used to play. It wasn't just my school that used to do that. I remember talking to someone from another school. I was explaining the game to him, and he was like, oh yeah, I played that back in the day. I was like, what? And he said it so casually, like it's normal. What do you mean you played that? Why would you admit that? Have you no shame? This guy, man. This is when you say, oh yeah, I've played that before. Like, keep that to yourself. Just, wow. I was just shocked. I was like, this guy, he's just admitting he's played that crazy ass game. I think he wouldn't have admitted it if he ate the biscuit. So I think he in his mind he was like, oh, I never ate the biscuit, so I don't know what the big deal is. It's like, bro, come on, man. You're in a masturbation ring. Like, that's such an L, bro. That's such a fat L. But yeah, it's not a. It's apparently it's a commonly played game. Well, I don't know about commonly played, but common enough that you can talk to someone from another school and they can be like, yeah, I played that, which is crazy. I never got involved with any of that sort of stuff. So yeah. Anyway, I remember writing a poem for a porn star. Like I wrote a very lengthy poem and I posted it on Instagram and I tagged her and she saw it and she liked the photo. It was actually a slideshow on Instagram because it was a long poem. And she liked it. If you know my poetry, because I remember sharing my Instagram poetry account. So if you know my poetry account, you can find it. You can actually find the poem. It's one of my last posts on that account. It's been a while since I posted on it. It's been years since I posted on there. But keep in mind, like I was a teenager when I wrote these poems, so don't expect good quality. I'm not gonna share the handle with you, but if you know, you know. If you know, you know. I shared that account a long time ago, so very few people are gonna be able to access it. I think it's not. I don't know how you would. It's actually on my community tab. I think I shared it on my community tab. So if you can find it, good for you, man. But yeah, I think I'm not gonna share it with y'all. But I did write a poem for a porn star. She did like the poem, which was like nice. Well, I was a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. And now looking back, I'm like, that's crazy. It's just normal. It was normal to do those sort of things back in the day. Like you brag about it. Oh, this porn star liked my picture on Instagram. It's crazy. But anyway, so yeah, you kind of deal with, let's call it what it is. It's an addiction, right? You don't want to call it that because you don't want to sound weird or like a creep. But if you can't stop, it's an addiction. It doesn't get in the way of my life in terms of like, yeah, I can still do what I need to do and all sorts of things. And it's not gonna, the issue is when you're at home all day, every day, like with what I'm doing. I'm not working right now in terms of like I don't have like a job that I go clock in, clock out. So I'm at home every day. The laptop is there. It's harder to not. Yeah. You get distracted. You get tempted. What I found was that when I'm busier and I'm out and about, it's very easy to like, kind of block those thoughts out. You're focused on your tasks. So I do need to get back out into the world soon. I do things outside of the house these days. I am going out more often, but like work provides that constant rhythm of leaving the house and doing something else, and it's just a nice distraction. But anyway, these days, what I'm doing is, what I've kind of discovered is kind of like, okay, I know I can't just quit cold turkey. That's not how it works, right? You have to take it seriously. It's not a joke. So you can't just quit cold turkey. But what I've found is that what I'm actually craving is intimacy, right? That's something I'm not gonna say who, but there was this this ASMR girl that commented in one of my videos a couple months ago, I think. And I checked out her channel. And I went to It was like it's one of these channels. Nothing crazy going on there. Well, actually, I don't want to reveal too much because I'm scared the person is still watching these videos. You never know, right? So I don't want to say too much. And then she's like, she does the maths, and then she's like, is he talking about me? Who knows what I'm talking about? But basically, she had like an OnlyFans. I didn't subscribe because paying for porn is. You don't want to be that guy, it's like paying. It's prostitution. That's what it is. If we're keeping a buck, you don't want to be the guy that basically pays for sex. It's a pride thing. It's an ego thing. But also, you know what it is? You don't want to reward that sort of behavior. I don't want to contribute monetarily, at least, to that. So I just make it a point not to do that. So whenever, anyway, she did have like teasers out there, you know. She had stuff on other other platforms that you could look at, and I'll admit I did look at it. Forgive me, Lord. Moment of weakness, guys. Moment of weakness. I looked at it, and I realized that I would prefer to look at that sort of stuff, like her. So it was like her specifically. I'd look at her content specifically, and I'd prefer to look at that over like actual hardcore porn. And I was like, why? Why not just go to Pornhub, bro? Because what would happen would be this is a very candid conversation. You know why I'm sharing this with y'all? I think there's value in this, right? I think there's value in discussing these things because a lot of people will be going through it, but they're scared to talk about it. But I think when we're able to talk about it, we can get help, and we can put an end to it. But when everyone deals with it in quiet and there's all this shame and regrets, you know, nothing changes. So that's why I'm trying to be more open about it, and I don't want to give it too much power over me. Because my plan is to stop, because, you know, my goal is to get married and be in a very happy relationship, and I don't want to be in a relationship watching porn and looking at other women in that way. I want to be porn free. It's very normal for a lot of guys to watch porn while they're married. Kevin Hart had a joke about how he'll be watching porn with his wife and stuff. I'm like, this is crazy. This is insane. Like, it shouldn't be that, like the culture has just made it normal. Women struggle with porn too. I don't know what percentage of girls struggle with porn, but I know that a lot of women struggle with porn too. So shout out to the girls who are also dealing with this and trying to. I've had like conversations like with girls that I know in real life who struggle with porn as well. So it's not just guys. But anyway, with this girl, I'd prefer to watch her content over like the hardcore porn, because her stuff felt more intimate. There was something about it that just felt like it felt more personalized almost. And I'd be so tempted to, like, because, you know, it was like teasers and stuff, and the whole point was to direct you towards the OnlyFans. Like, if you want to see the full thing, go to OnlyFans, that type of vibe. And I'd be tempted, man. I'd be tempted. But yeah, my policies do not pay for porn, no matter what. Like, die before you do that. So I don't condone such behavior from the dudes. Don't reward these girls. Obviously, we are complicit just by watching. But the goal is to stop. But don't make it worse by actually paying, because you're creating an incentive structure. One thing I'll say about these girls is that I think a lot of them are also searching for affection, right? That's why they do this. A lot of them. Maybe not all of them. Some of them are just tapped in the head and just will be willing to do anything and everything for money. But I think some of them are genuinely just craving attention and affection that they never got from a father figure or people in their life, or whoever it may be, and they do this because, you know, like, for example, with OnlyFans, I think you can get messages and you know, guys are showering you with all these comments of praise and all sorts of things, and they're lusting after you. And I guess it's like receiving that attention and love, and it's not really love, it's just lust. And but you know, it strokes the ego, and it makes you feel like it makes you feel like in the moment that you are getting that affection that you want without with that separation. Like, you don't actually have to interact with these people. You don't have to physically be with them. You know, prostitutes, like the OG prostitutes, had to sleep with these men, which obviously can lead to all sorts of abuse and unfortunate situations. With OnlyFans, there's that separation. Like, there's the screen separates you, and you can be halfway across the world, and some stranger in some other country is looking at you in that way. But so you can have those eyes on you, and people are gushing over you, but like literally, but you don't have to actually interact with them. So I think that's the appeal. A lot of these girls are broken, and they just want to be, loved. But the way they're going about it is a bit unfortunate, because, yeah, it's not the way to do it, you know? So, we should have compassion for them. I think it's a cry for help a lot of the time. Just my 2 cents. But yeah, I would be tempted to pay. I've been tempted multiple times, but I haven't done it, and I won't. But the reason why I was watching her content was, yeah, like I said, the intimacy aspect. With the Pornhub stuff, it's Pornhub, bro. It's very like, yeah, like it's just completely uncensored, just raw, unadulterated, just madness, bro. This girl, she's by herself in her room. It just felt, it felt a bit more intimate. So I was just like, it made me realize something. I say that to say this. I was thinking to myself, why the hell are you watching this very soft core stuff, and that's what you want? Like, that's what you're so fixated on. And it's like, you just want a hug, bro. You just want a hug. Essentially, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for affection. You're looking for attention. You're looking for love. And you think you get some very sad, ghostly version of it. It's not love. It's not anything. It's nothing. But in the moment, you can kind of convince yourself that it is something, you know. And I realized that. When I realized that, I was like, okay, how can I substitute pornography with something else that's kind of like it gives me that feeling, but it's not really porn? So what I've started doing now is, even though this is not what, I feel bad because this is not what these videos are made for, but you watch the ASMR personal attention videos with some of these girls, and I won't be projecting these thoughts onto them, right? I won't be like objectifying them or anything, but you get that sense of like, it's called personal attention. You're getting attention, right? It feels like you're getting something out of that. It's a role play thing. And when I feel the urge coming, when I feel the urge arise, I watch a little video, like a personal attention video, and I get that sense of like being taken care of and stuff, and it eases the urges, right? It puts that away, because what I really want is affection. What I really want is that attention. That's what I'm actually craving. So it helps. It's been working, because I realized I'm not just trying to stop watching porn. What I'm doing is I'm replacing it with something else. So that's way more effective, because now it's like I'm not leaving myself high and dry with nothing to really focus on and kind of distract me from that thing. It's like I'm replacing it with something that's, it's not porn. Maybe I shouldn't necessarily be watching these girls with a lustful eye or anything like that. Look, and I don't think that's what I'm doing entirely. Obviously, some of these girls are attractive, so you do look at them with a okay, right? But what I'm actually what I'm getting out of it is what the video is for. It's personal attention. So it's not necessarily sexual, not necessarily. So it seems like a winning strategy so far. It's been working, and I've grown quite tired of porn. Since I've been a teenager, I've been dealing with this stuff. So I've seen enough. I've seen enough, and I'm tired. And I just, it's not good. I feel bad for the girls that are engaged in this stuff because they don't realize what they're doing and how it's going to affect their futures. You feel sad for them because they're confused, they're lost. They're doing bad things and they don't realize what they're doing. So it's unfortunate, and you feel like you're taking advantage of their confusion as well. So that's why I don't want to watch porn anymore, because you're just aiding them. You're aiding and abetting in their own self-destruction. It's very sad. So I try my best to not look at any of that stuff anymore, because these girls need help, man. They all need help. They don't realize it's going to be very, very difficult to find a man who loves you and takes care of you in the ways you want to be loved and taken care of once you do that sort of stuff. Because now, once you've done OnlyFans, every guy you meet, you have to tell them, I've done OnlyFans. You can't lie to him. Because if he finds out and you never told him, you're done out here. So you have to be honest with every man you meet. I have an OnlyFans. Are you fine with that? And consider that the type of guys that would be okay with that usually aren't, the best guys. Because some of these girls will say, I've got options. I've got plenty of men who want to be with me. Yeah, but how many of them are like decent dudes? Well, because if you have so many guys who are after you, why aren't you in a relationship? Like, what? Surely, if you've got all these suitors, you should be in a relationship by now. So I feel bad about that. And it's like, you're a hypocrite if you keep indulging in this sort of stuff. But you're also saying that it's wrong for them to do, but you're watching it, you're enabling them. So I want to stop enabling. Again, it's a process. I'm not out here saying I'm never going to watch porn ever again. It's a process. I'm weaning myself off. I'm trying my best. Lord help me. But you got to be honest about it. We got to have these conversations, man. You got to be completely honest. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. But yeah, I think once I've gone like a very long time without looking at pornography, maybe I can then start figuring out how do I transition now from not necessarily using this ASMR as a means of distracting myself from pornography. How can I just be normal? just be the guy that doesn't have those urges at all. Will I ever reach that point? I don't know. I want to get to, it would be nice to get to a point where I can just be at home and that thought never crosses my mind. I never think, oh man, I really want to but yeah. The reason why I'm not really embarrassed or ashamed to talk about this, because I realized, there's that saying that you only perform for an audience of one, that audience of one being God. So it's like God is really the only person that I'm truly, truly accountable to. Well, I'm accountable to my mom and stuff like that. But the person whose opinion matters the most is God, and He knows my heart, and He's helping me, and that's the person I want to impress more than anyone. So when I share these sorts of things, it's because I got peace in my heart with regards to this matter. I don't think it defines me. I don't let it get to me that much. And I just focus on the fact that I'm actually working to stop this. So I don't think anyone can kind of embarrass me. I don't think anyone can shame me or embarrass me or make me feel like some sort of creep or anything like that. It's like, I don't let it define me. I just work on getting better and being a better man every day, day in, day out. So yeah, drop a peach emoji in the chat, in the comments, in the chat. Been watching too many streams. Drop a peach emoji in the comments if you made it all the way to the end. I really appreciate everyone who watches all the way to the end. You know, this was a deep conversation, man. We went a lot of directions and very, very graphic details were shared. But yeah, let me know if this is of any value to you, if you enjoyed the conversation or if you found it disturbing. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I'm an open book, and I do think it's important to keep some things to yourself, but I also think there's value in having these nitty-gritty conversations. Some things that there's so much shame and embarrassment around. We need to dispel the shame and embarrassment and just be mature about it and be like, and present solutions. So my solution to a lot of dudes who might be struggling with the same thing: find an alternative. Find something that isn't pornography that you can give your attention to, that can distract you from porn and masturbation. And then if you do find the urge to jack off, use your imagination. Like use your mind to generate images instead of going to the websites. It's better than it's weird, right? Because you get urges. So what are you supposed to do? Like, it just seems like a natural part of life, but at the same time, it's better to use your imagination. I think that's way better than actually watching porn. So if you can get off of porn, and when the urge does grip you and it's unbearable, I think it's better to use your imagination. That's what I've started doing, using my imagination. Because I'm just like, well, I can't. Some of these things from Pornhub, man, like, damn, this is nuts. That's not a great word to use in that context. But anyway, yeah, good chat. You know, I like to pray at the end of all my videos just to impart peace and blessing and all that good stuff. So, dear God, thank you for this individual watching this right now. Thank you for making them whole, unique, and guiding them on a path towards peace, prosperity, and purpose. Thank you for making, so blessing this person with wonderful people in their life who love them, take care of them, and bring the absolute best out of them. And thank you for maintaining the ones who are there to do the same thing. Thank you for blessing this person with a spirit of gratitude so they can give thanks for all the wonderful things in their life. And by giving thanks, they can find peace, contentment, and attract even more blessings. Let your presence be felt in this person's life so they know that you're God, that you're real, that you love them, and that you're always going to be there for them. Good health, long life, and happiness over this person and everyone they care about. In your mighty name I pray. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. 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 Amen.